Welcome to a new episode of People and Purpose. With us today is our Deputy Chairman and CEO, Mohammad Bakr. Mohammad, welcome to our new episode of People and Purpose. How are you today?
Very good. Great to see you, Razan.
Same here. So, today takes a very different turn in terms of subjects. As a CEO and a deputy chairman, you obviously wear two hats. And in companies, we say generally CEOs come in different types of leadership. There are those that are visionary, which I presume is more like yourself. And having that dual hat supports being able to build an organization on a vision. Can you please take us into the thought process that you have in driving an organization from a visionary perspective?
What we have done is, if you look at our history, what we have done over the last 10, 15 years, we have expanded on our chairman's vision. It's nothing new. You know, if I look at our history, the chairman started from a humble butchery. Today, the butchery has expanded into commodity trading, into brand distribution, brand building, and into FMCG, into supermarkets. It has a history. It is not something new to the organization. When I look at sports, my father had that vision where in one store, someone that was running on the beach, he thought that was a great idea. He built it into reaching to the 50 million consumers of the GCC. What we have done then is taken the 50 million consumers to a 700 million consumer. When I look at our manufacturing, we had a manufacturing unit that the chairman has built. What we have done, we have expanded it, we've taken it further. That, I think, is the true visionary. The true visionary of the organization is our chairman with all of his different ideas. We've just expanded it.
But they say what brought you here won't necessarily take you there. So
Yes.
there is a foundation that may have been driven by a vision. But the vision of yesterday may not be the vision of the future. And today, you're helping in the development of that vision.
Of course. All of us are helping, not only myself. So all of us as a team, we're helping to reach to where we are. When I joined, or when you joined also the organization, we were a complete different organization to where we are today.
100%.
We have brought in structure, we have brought in different elements that will allow us to grow. We have focused on the foundation and how to allow us to become the next giant of the Middle East.
It takes a lot of courage to be able to venture so aggressively. And when I say aggressively, I talk about the speed, the size, the market. There are different cultures, different dynamics. Even the consumer is very different. You just spoke about the number of consumers we're catering to today. So if I was to go about the courage, what would you say was the vision behind the courage?
I grew up in a farm and I never thought about money. It's not because it was missing or I had a lot of it. I just did not think about it. And I never worked for money. It's not about that. For me, it's about the passion of how to achieve my father's dream, my father's vision, and spreading that, and to come in with the element of why not? Why not us? When I walk into Dubai Mall, I see a lot of international brands. My question was, why could we not be in any major city in the world? Why should we always go and fetch in different brands? Why can't we be the brand? Well, if I look at my country, or where we are headquartered, Dubai is the brand, right? We have created, our leaders have created an amazing story and an amazing city in 52 years. So why can't we, as a businessman, cannot do that? That is the drive, and everything that we created over the last 15 years, I really do believe that it is that we are on the right path, that we are on a path that will make us a mammoth of the region. And if I look at all of the different industries, I think they are future proof that we're in. So, we've taken, you can say, big risks, but it is all calculated risk. And with the core is why not? Why can't we do it? What is holding us back? We are a very talented, we are actually sitting in a very talented country. We have a talented team. We are a growing team. And again, we are a family business.
You always say that success comes when you love what you do.
Of course.
You repeat that a lot.
Yes.
Can you give us a better understanding? Because that's obviously in you, right? I believe that if you talk about this as a dream and you work so hard towards it, then at least Mohammad Bakr works for the love of his dreams, right? He has a dream, he works out of love to achieve it. If you were to translate that across an organization, to help them move towards the future, how would you translate that? How would you inspire them to work the way that you work?
Again, there's multiple different ways. So if I look at a group-wise, I think as an organization, when people join, they should be proud of where they work. The organization is moving towards a direction which makes them, their families, also proud. As I always told you, we are a family business. We definitely see our employees more than our own family. We spend more time with them. So I do consider that the overall is part of the family. Yes, sometimes we're in a bad mood. Sometimes we're in a good mood. Also, it happens in every family, right? We have arguments in the living room, but it finishes in 5 minutes. It's the same thing in the business. We are a family business. We are all part of the overall organization, working towards one objective. When I look at the different sectors that we are in, we are helping to change the world. If I look at sports, Middle East is one of the richest parts of the globe, right? We have in the UAE, I think, the second highest rate of diabetes. We have one of the highest rate of hypertension, right? Being so wealthy, so young as a country, we need to play a bigger role to educate the people the importance of sports. And then when I look at Southeast Asia or North Africa, the world is too big. Most of the global brands are definitely focused, and they have bigger pie to focus on. That is our part, for us to come and educate and deliver what we've delivered in the region, deliver to all of the countries that we're operating in. How can that not be exciting?
No, but the excitement is one thing, and the understanding of the drive is another thing, right?
Well, if you have such a huge impact on people's life, that should be a drive.
So that takes us into the vision, dream, and what have you. When you hire people that have a love for a vision but aren't necessarily entrepreneurs, they're employed, right? So as employees, are you expecting them to look at GMG as their own business, where an investor came in for their own vision within the group to excel? Because a lot of them come from systems. They come from organizations that already are structured. They're usually part of an ecosystem rather than creating their own. So is the expectation for success is for every employee to have a dream that's a subset of the larger dream, so they can drive the organization in the same direction that you aim for?
I think for employees, the first thing for them to come in and understand the organization. So where we started, where we are today, what are we working towards? Once they understand that, they can start adding value into the areas that they are experts in. But I do not expect every employee to come in and change the direction of the organization. That will not never happen.
No, it's a subset of the dream and the vision, right? So if
It needs to be aligned to the overall objective.
100%. But is the objective in terms of how they go on about supporting the growth of the organization? Is this by them embedding the same leadership style of carrying on that vision into their vision and accordingly delivering the greatness of the group?
Absolutely. But again, I'm just a one person, right? And I cannot act by myself. We need the buy-in of everyone. Maybe my understanding of something is different than your understanding of the same thing. It's completely the opposite. It could be, So it is always important that everyone aligns, share and talk about it. So this is what we are going. This is where we're heading to. This is what it means. This is how it could look like. Once everyone is bought in, then yes. We created our value system, and every value has a meaning. It has not been created because it looks good. So if I look at our number one, our first value is one family. And over the last 10 years, that's a thing that has been consistent. Did not change. We are a family business. We look at our employees as part of the family, as long as we're working towards the same objective.
How do you want to conquer?
Well, I think first of all, we need to replicate what we have created and what we are successful in all of the different countries that we have ventured into. I think our FMCG division is very interesting. And
You mean everyday goods retail?
yes.
Or end-to-end, farm-to-fork, both food
Both,
and retail?
actually, both. If I look at the manufacturing bit and the brands, the philosophy that we have gotten or implemented in the food manufacturing has been incredible. We've changed how food brands come to market. And, for a brand which is less than 2 years old, appointing distributors in different parts of the world, I think it's just incredible. You've known me for quite some time. I'm a very straightforward guy.
Yes.
And I'm very direct. And the good thing or bad thing, I'm not scared. And I think my actions showed that I am not. And I believe that we are just getting started. And I really, truly mean it. When I look at GMG, I just find it's just a startup. There's a lot. In the next few months and few years, we need to really come together as a team, realign, I guess. I think we're not doing bad, but realigning and see how can we do what we do best more and more.
So Mab, you talked about so much courage. For those that question, right, the sustainability, and there will always be people that question, whether internally or externally. There will always be haters, as they say, right? But let's talk about the ones internal, because these are part of the GMG family, right? What would you tell those that question the speed or style of growth within the group?
Let me answer this in an interesting way. So just 3 weeks ago, I think three weeks ago, I was sitting with His Highness Sheikh Mohammed in the palace, Ittihad Palace, and they got in Emirates Airlines crew to celebrate, their achievement, which I think everyone can see what they've done is incredible. And His Highness said, when we started, there was thousands of the naysayers. We want to do that? No, you cannot do it. We want to do that? No, you cannot do that. And I don't know. I don't remember exactly when Emirates Airlines started, but now he said, where are they? What Emirates Airlines has achieved is just incredible.
Yes.
And again, that stayed with me at that moment. Yes, we also tried to do a lot of different things. There was a lot of people that said, no, you cannot do it. And we did it. right? So for the future, why will I not be able to do it? Why not? Why can others do and we cannot do? Well, I think we're pretty educated, we're pretty smart, we have the courage, we have an amazing dream, vision, however you like to call it, and so why not? What's stopping us?
This podcast is obviously out of the norm. It is
I
for
know.
the people to be able to genuinely understand the drives that makes GMG what it is today. I've asked as much as I can, but I feel from you there may be something that you want to send out as a message.
I think it is extremely important that today we are tens of thousands of people strong. I think we need to all think about the future. We need to re-look at GMG as the organization that we spend a lot of time in and come together as one team and look at a brighter future. There's a lot that we are just getting into. This is a start. You know, we have an amazing organization. We have an amazing desire to grow. So let us, all of us, come together and celebrate what we have achieved so far, and let us look at what the future could look like, not only for GMG and for you as an individual. I think that is extremely important.
I think you've highlighted something very important. I usually tell people you have to think about what you are going to contribute to yourself whilst adding value in GMG to make this a success story for both.
Absolutely. You know, I always say that we are not a charity. GMG is far from a charity. Okay, so, and I do expect the same from our own people. It is not a charity. You just don't work for GMG as GMG is not helping you achieve your own dreams. You know, so it goes hand in hand. One hand cannot clap by itself, right? So it needs to be both ways. The organization grows, you grow as a person, you know, you achieve more. So that it is all together. It's part of a one family, one team, one dream.
Well, Mohammed, it was a pleasure having you today.
Thank you very much, Razan, and I do wish you all the best.
Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for more episodes of People and Purpose by GMG.